30 years into democracy, several communities across Gauteng are still living without access to a constant supply of fresh water. In Hammanskraal, north of Pretoria, residents have been without clean, potable water for over a year, facing similar challenges for the past 2 decades. The ongoing water woes in their community have not only left their taps dry, but their pockets too. The city of Tshwane says there is no time frame it can commit to for resolving the water challenges, but it remains committed to implementing the various phases through the Magalies Water Clip Drift Package Plan.
As the government were intervening, but I must accept that our intervention is very slow, because we should have been done with this process, but because of the major financial constraint, we are not able to intervene very quicker. Let me talk about, recently we had an outbreak of cholera. The National Department of Water and Sanitation have initiated the project, Magalies Water project, to ensure that we provide 50 megaliters of water to the certain section of Hammanskraal. That project was implemented in phases. There were 4 phases. Each phase was supposed to give the residents of water 12.5 megaliters of water. Phase 1 is complete. This phase is supposed to give a clean, drinkable water to the residents of Marokolong and Ramotse, Kekana Gardens and Mandela Village.
Moving to Johannesburg, disgruntled residents of Midrand say the ongoing water cuts in the area have severely affected their daily lives. Local resident Thembi Simelani says the situation is unacceptable.
The water situation is quite crippling, if I can be honest. There are so many things in our lives that we have to sort of accommodate when there's no water. You mentioned the school situation. Parents had to make plans not to go to work, to stay at home with their kids because the schools don't have water. That has a very big impact. Financially, it has an impact, having to purchase bottles of water. Majority of the shops here in this area specifically for this whole week barely had any stock. So it also became very difficult. We're not getting any information about what tankers are available, when they're available, to who.
In Bophelong, in the south of Gauteng, some are pointing fingers at the local municipality, accusing it of dragging its feet.
People who must be held accountable is officials. In the municipality, the hierarchy of municipality, you will have councillors who will decide and take decision that these things must be implemented. But the stumbling block is officials, because instead of making sure that they are implementing those resolutions, it will take time. And to charge them, to process them, is also take time, because there are regulations which are giving you a direction, what must you do.
A water expert has blamed the state of Gauteng's infrastructure, saying its severe dilapidation is directly to blame for the relentless water outages crippling communities.
Population within Joburg has increased over the decades, and unfortunately the municipality did no forward planning. They were supposed to increase the storage capacity of the city, and what we are seeing now currently is that any type of disruption causes dry taps. For example, the past week there were issues with Rand Water's bulk infrastructure. If everything was as it should be, with a buffer capacity of 48 hours, dry taps would most probably not have happened.
Meanwhile, the Department of Water and Sanitation says it is in talks with National Treasury to withhold municipalities' slice of the national budget if they keep failing to pay their water debts.
What we have done and we are doing now is to talk to National Treasury to withhold the equitable share of municipalities, so that municipalities must start servicing their invoices and debts. So as they do that, we must then have a next step that says, having serviced your debt, then let's ring fence. They must showcase that they've ring fenced this amount for water infrastructure. The water sales must be ring fenced. That is a must. And if we allow municipalities to do as they wish and take water sales and do any other thing except water, then we are not going to resolve this issue of water.
Angry residents say they are forced to spend heavily on water while promises of safe drinking water remain unfulfilled. Lerato Makula, SABC News in Johannesburg.